Tony Prescott got a good start off the front row. 3 wide in behind them, with Matijevic trying to go around the outside of Montaldo. Side by side Montaldo and Velkov down to turn 2. This is where it can all go wrong. And off goes Velkov. Velkov's off the track.
Upon the bottle which determines if it will. Is the problem you're allergic to a well-familiar name? Do you have a problem with this one if the results are the same? What's in the medicine? Yes, in the medicine. Oh, girl! Yeah, no better medicine. Oh, girl!
This could be the chance that Rodriguez needs.
You have to go around the outside.
And you will. They're all really close to the grass. Want to lose these points, but he doesn't want his teammate to lose out either. They're going to be side by side. Rapston needs to give this up in terms of Liam.
Oh, and Lindsay.
He's going for it!
Oh, that's not good drive.
Tony Repisson, unbelievably good today. And he wins the GP260 race at Mosport Park.
Good evening everybody, welcome to ARLTV, this round 10 of the GP260 Championship, coming to you today live from Road Atlanta. In the commentary booth today, it's myself, Alex Simpson, and Andrew with us. Hello Andrew.
Hello Alex. Good to be back here for another round of the GP260. We're at Road Atlanta today. Be a good track, it's one that we're not that familiar with, but looks pretty flowing and technical, so these guys have some trouble on their hands, I think, today.
Yeah, very tricky track this one. I did it in season 3 of the F1 Championship, and well, yeah, to say it's a challenge would be an understatement really, because it's all about finding the ideal setup here. You've got fast sections, you've got slow speed sections, you've got bumps, you've got high curves, you've got blind corners, you've got everything to deal with here. It really is a driver's track, and somebody who can set the car up as well. Get a good combination, and you should do well here. So might throw something up in the for a bit of a surprise to see who's going to win here, but we might not. So looking at the provisional times at the moment, Mr. Repisard seems like he's up front as per usual. Just going to have a quick look at the tables, just for those of you that didn't catch it at the end of last week's show. We've got Tony obviously taking the lead at the moment, 198 points. Nenad Matijevic some 74 points behind in second place. Peter Velkoff in third, 103. Marco Montaldo, Daniel Lopez, Joao Rodriguez, Paul Nelson, Colin Cunniff, John Out and Liam Williams round out your top 10. And just having a quick look at the Constructors' Championship as we expected. Trident Racing sitting there up the top, 235 points, 159 Venezuela GP. Rapak sits there in third place, so they've got some work to do. Of those guys, if they want to catch John and Tony, I think.
I think it's going to be very difficult for anybody to mount a challenge against Trident Racing because Alert's decided to step his game up in the second quarter of the season, and you know, if Tony keeps playing on the wins, then they're not going to be beaten in the constructors. And I think Venezuela GP are the ones that are going to challenge, if anybody. And Montaldo and Rodriguez, very good team together, and I think, you know, they're the best, most consistent team I think in this championship, Alex.
Yeah, definitely, they're the ones that sort of stick out, I think, to always be able to get in top 5, the pair of them. So I mean, they've got some stiff competition, but always they seem to be there. Just want to give a big shout out to sponsors as well before qualifying comes to an end, as well as Apex Racing League for putting on this, organising everything, sorting the prizes, hosting the sessions, getting us in here to do the commentaries as well. So big shout out to those lads. Quite a few of them on track now as well, so it's good to see them taking part.
And you know, if it wasn't for the Apex Racing League, we wouldn't be doing this, Alex. So you know, that's the great thing about it.
GT Omega as well. Just quickly cycling through them. So yeah, they putting up the prizes for that. So it's great to see that. So we've got wheel stands, we've got rigs to give away, as well as credit prizes for the winners. So that's excellent. And just a quick shout out to Sim News Daily as well. So if you haven't seen his site, pop onto it, simnewsdaily.com. All the latest sim news at your fingertips on there.
I believe he's got a mobile site, hasn't he, as well now? So
yeah, I believe he has. So it's all good.
So it's all for smartphone connectivity. That's what we like. Looking at this track then, Alex, from the driver's perspective, you know it then a little bit better than I do. Very undulating, quite bumpy. What's the main challenge here? Is it picking the right line and sticking to it?
Well, I mean, there's turn 2, some will say it's turn 3. That's probably the biggest challenge on the track, sort of like a blind right-hander, big curb on the inside of it. It might not be quite as bad in the Star Mazdas, but I know in the FW31 it was scary. You hit that curb too much, you were gone. That's going to be the main challenge, getting through that cleanly each lap, and it leads on to a very, very twisty left-right section, follow a bit of left, I think. So that's fantastic to drive.
That's blind as well, though, isn't it? There's a chicane at the beginning of that section, isn't there? That's that you can't see. Although I don't think these guys are actually using that chicane, are they, this time?
No, they're not. I don't think so. So
we have the other chicane as well at the end of the long back straight, and we covered the V8 supercar race here in season 1, I believe, and you know, it's always a difficult corner to spot your braking point for. We had quite a few people who came to grief. I remember, I think Jake Forster visited the gravel about 4 times out there. Is that going to be a good overtaking spot, do you think, throughout the race?
yeah, I think if we're going to see some overtakes, it's going to be into that corner. It's quite a long straight. The Star Mazda should be able to get reasonable slipstream down there. So it's a slow speed corner that's in front of it as well, so it's not like an aero corner where you're going to lose a few tenths of a second, so it should give the drivers a real opportunity. Just
yeah,
as
they approach it downhill at about 155 miles an hour as well, so it's quick down there. Got to be accurate on the brakes. Sorry, mate, go on.
I was just about to say, just as qualifying's just coming to a close, I wonder if you can give us the grid provisionally, just as everybody's finishing up their last laps.
Can do that. So, as the guys just have a few seconds now to get the qualifying lap in, as you mentioned earlier on, Tony Reposada is at the moment at the top of the timesheets on provisional pole. I think it'll be very tough to challenge him today. He's at 1:16.0 is this time, and he's exactly half a second, nearly just under ahead of Peter Velkov, and Velkov's been his strongest challenger this season. So to best him by half a second is a great achievement from the Frenchman. Matijevic and Montaldo on the second row, and John Allott with a good final lap for Trident, gets himself up into P5 ahead of João Rodrigues. Wojciech Rabstin is 7th ahead of Charles Sears, a good qualifying for him in the Coloni, ahead of his Coloni teammate Colin Cunniff there. Lee Thompson in the Caterham in 10th, again ahead of Paul Nelson. And Miroslav Davidovic, who's the new driver today into the championship, he's qualified a very respectable 12th. Fabio Mantelini in 13th, and Aaron Mullen 14th, ahead of the man in his second race, Nut Martinson. Liam Williams 16th, you mentioned he was in the top 10 in the championship, he'll be looking for points today. Hugo Preto 17th, Cameron Barker 18th, and Conrad Venter. Darren Kirk, who still probably gushing over his top 6 finish last week, and Ryan Littlemore in 21st, João Pinho in 22nd, and Dean Prescott rounds out the grid in 23rd. Alex, we've pretty much got a full complement of drivers. We are about 40 seconds away from the start. Can anybody challenge Repisard from this start here at Road Atlanta?
It's going to be tough. I mean, we're talking some half a second in qualifying. I mean, that sort of pace is just blistering, so I think everybody's going to really struggle to get something here.
I mean, I think they've been close to him in the races. As the green flag flies here at Road Atlanta, and Repisard got a reasonable start. It wasn't the best one. Yeah. Matijevic and Matijevic chopping the nose from Velkov there throughout the first corner, down into this downhill fast section for the first time. Repisard leads Matijevic, great start up into second, and then it is Velkov.
Is that John Allott just going off there as well, I think?
I believe that a slight mistake from Velkov. That might allow Marco Montaldo to come through here into third position.
Yeah, Tony and Nenad pulling away a little bit here. Velkov just struggling, I think, with the heavy fuel just initially.
Matijevic needs to stay with him early, because I think if he lets him get away, it'll be game over. It'll be similar to last week's race, actually, Alex, where Tony was kept honest for most of the race, but eventually pulled away. It'll be up to him to stay mistake-free. But look at Matijevic, he's catching him here. Not giving up already on the first lap. Good start by Rabstin, I believe. I think he's up to 5th place. But ahead of Rodrigues. We've got the Coloni of Diaz, just ahead of the Arden of Nelson.
Oh, and Tony's made a mistake there, and Nenad's gone through.
So Matijevic up into the lead. As also, there was a Venezuela GP car almost off the track. It was Rodrigues, but he didn't lose any positions. So it's now Matijevic who becomes the rabbit, and Repisard is now the greyhound, as it were. So lap 2 here at Road Atlanta. We've got 35 laps here. And look at Repisard though, Alex, he's right in the slipstream. He'll be looking to make a move down into the chicane. I think Matijevic needs to defend the inside here, as Repisard pulls out from the slipstream. Who's going to be late on the brakes? Ooh, brilliant move from Repisard. He's around the outside. The Frenchman back into the lead. That didn't even take a lap, Alex. That's tremendous.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at that one back. I think we just missed it here, as the cameras took a long time to switch. But just for the viewers, let's have a quick look. As we said, down this big, this long straight, it was definitely going to be doable down there. So got the run. He's clearly in front, even going into the braking zone. So it's really hard for Nenad. It's going to be a case of the last breakers, last of the late breakers even.
That would.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't get something wrong.
Of course, Cunniff. He spins, and he's got going again. Didn't hit anything or anyone. So, Cunniff in the Coloni, yet again spinning out of 6th place. Done that a few times this season. Got a good start. Thrown it away as we've got a good battle here between Williams.
Oh, we've got a blown car. We've got blown engine as well. Just as we.
And that's Thompson. Well, Thompson's got a lot of smoke coming from his car. And it would be Lee Thompson, wouldn't it, Alex, who has a problem?
Always the way.
Oh dear. He might be able to get back to the pits and repair that down the back straight. So there's 2 cars behind him actually having a battle. Prescott and ARLTV, who made a mistake earlier on. And ARLTV trying to go through. He's gone a bit wide. Makes the move.
Just as we quickly saw a replay there of Colin's little spin, just coming out of that final left-hander. That is a tricky corner as well, the bumps, and that's where Lee blew his engine there as well. So
yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, the blown engine. Thompson comes in, and Littlemore's in the pits as well. So I wonder if he's had an excursion at some point. He's having trouble in qualifying. Didn't set a competitive lap time. Thompson should just be able to get out, at least with a fresh car, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll get his fast toe, so... Again, it's I don't know what it is.
Out of the way as well.
Well, I don't know what it is with Lee. He always makes this early, you know, it's always within the first few laps. Why couldn't it be sort of like lap 10 and that he'd be alright, you know, we'd see him fight in the pack. He's always at the back.
Shame that didn't happen a couple of corners later for him as well, as we got Rabstin in the Lotus coming under some pressure from Montaldo, and that is for 4th and 5th positions. As around this long last corner, he's going to try and get the run now, Montaldo, the Italian. And close to contact there. He's up the inside, the side by side, wheel to wheel, up the hill.
His teammates perhaps going to try. Rabstein holds on to it. Rodriguez getting involved in the action. Oh, very close to his teammate there.
Don't want to take your teammate off there, Zhao. And look at the Arden behind and the Coloni as well. Cunniff, Sears. And Sears is there's a gaggle of cars here. Nelson, he's in there, and you mentioned was doing well in the championship. Coloni of Sears.
Rabstein's been very inconsistent this season as well, so let's see him hold on to it. He's shown that he has got the pace. Let's see him, you know, deliver a decent result here today and try and hold on to this this position.
Must admit, with 5 cars behind him, he's going to find that quite difficult at the moment, as Montaldo thinks better of it.
Yeah,
Rabstin a little bit wide there. Might allow Montaldo to get the run now. This leads into the long final corner, so maybe there's an opportunity into turn 1, which is kind of a similar sort of Copse corner, like a slower version.
Yeah, you see the difference in the line there as well. Marco taking clearly a tighter entrance in.
He's got a little bit more confidence in the car, I think. We've seen Montaldo be very consistent this season. Also got battling lower down the field. Preto and Davidovic. Williams or Preto has gone off the track and down the escape road. So that was not really what he wanted, if I'm honest. As John Allett goes through, that's another position for the Trident man. Got Martinson there, who he really was unlucky last week, Alex, to get caught up in the last lap, which was a complete shambles, wasn't it?
I mean, we obviously interviewed him after the race. He was gutted. He was happy with, you know, picking up some points and whatnot, but he was gutted that he had potentially a 6th place there sort of taken away.
Reposado is away and clean this time, and Matijevic then is 2nd. And he's got company from Velkov. So that is the battle on the track at the moment. Also, Rabstin continues to hold behind him a train of what is now 4 cars. 1:17.2 for Rabstin, 17.3 for Velkov and Matijevic. So actually, a good lap that time round from Rabstin. But Montaldo sticking like glue there to the back of that Lotus.
We've got another interesting little battle forming as well. We'll split some of the action here. So Peter Velkov starting to put the pressure onto Nenad.
You're lucky you've got more than one screen. I can only see one thing at once. And so we've got Matijevic and Velkov. This is down the long straight then. And this could be the chance for Velkov to get through into second.
And Montaldo as well is going for it. He definitely has got the slipstream. Both drivers side by side. This is going to be fantastic.
Here comes the passing move from Velkov. Oh, around the outside. That's wonderful.
And Marco does exactly the same thing. Runs a little bit deep.
Oh, off.
Rabstin just about.
Rabstin's in the gravel, I think, Alex.
I'm not sure there was any contact there, but both drivers definitely lost the position. So
Matijevic going for turn 1. Oh, well, almost made it stick. Rodriguez is now up into 4th position then, with Sears in 5th, and Nelson is now 6th. So that's cost Montaldo. And also Rabstin, who's managed to escape the gravel.
Yeah, it looks like Rabstin got a whole face full of wall there as well, so he's going to have to pit.
No, it looks like he's going at pace.
That surprises me.
It looked like he was in the wall, didn't it? Unless he stopped just short of it. He's now behind this big group of cars, including the Caterham of...
Velkov has absolutely stormed away from Nenad there. I see it's off screen at the moment. I don't know if he's had a little bit of a mistake actually, because we can see Rodriguez starting to close the gap on Nenad as well. So as we've got I think this is Nelson, and is that Conniff? Or is it Sears?
Diaz in 5th.
Sears
in 5th. It's quite hard to tell the Colonia apart from the Arden as well from a distance. But we've got... I just looked back to see if there was any contact between Velkov and Matijevic. I'm not sure. I didn't see any mistake from Matijevic, so... Well, very difficult to tell.
Yeah, our pit lane reporter telling us right now that they almost collided, but Nenad saved it.
Alright, that explains why he lost 3 seconds then. Repisad leads by 6 seconds now, Alex. Guy is unreal. Cheating, surely.
It's got to be a hack setup, surely.
Montaldo is going round the outside of Sears. I think Sears went very wide coming out of that corner and took advantage of that tight. This is a tight double apex right-hander leading on to the back straight. Very important to get that right. You don't want to go in too deep on the entry, because if you do, then that leaves you very vulnerable down the straight. You want to get as much exit speed as possible. You know this as well from the F1. Is that a tricky corner there? It seems to tighten in the second part as well.
Yeah, and we've got Spinner
also,
there ahead.
It's a little more. That's not a great position to be in, I think, to be honest. Seeing everybody come towards you. Oh, and he's trying to get back on the track, and he does. Just ahead of Mullen, I believe, as there's a move for Allett on... got a clue who that is, to be honest. But Cameron Barker.
Just having a quick watch Tony here just do a lap.
Yeah, they so good. And this is the thing, you know, we see week in, week out him deliver these very consistent performances. He's consistently good. On board with the Frenchman then. And this is the long back street we were talking about. You see all the caravans, the motorhomes, great place to watch the race there. Coming down into this sort of stadium-like section. Oh, and he's nearly overcooked it, Reposard.
I just think that's the way Reposard drives. He always dances in that back end. around just as
Very,
we
very loose setup he's got.
switch back to the main camera action, and we've got Dean Prescott right on the tail of Martinson here.
Yep, and we can see two ARL veterans going at it. Martinson, it's only his second race, but he's been in the, I think we mentioned last week, he's been in the ARL since, what, 2008? 2009, possibly? As Prescott's going for the inside. On Dino, just enough room.
Yeah, I think Martinson tried to hold it on, but he was just a little bit worried about squeezing him a bit.
Very good driving though from the both of them there.
We've got another little battle forming here as well. We've got Williams, he's lost it. Just gets a little bit sideways.
He's going to have to take to the escape road. Going to lose positions to everyone nearly.
He'll kill me for catching that on camera as well, just as we were about to feature the battle.
I think he lost the position to Davidovic in that dark blue car. A quiet race actually for João Pinho. 18th place.
Yeah, Pinho, I don't think he's had any practice. Kept him. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff at university, so.
He didn't do any qualifying, so we're just trying to, you know, find out the quickest way around the track still. As he, as the driver's chat's just full of Ryan Littlemore saying pass left, pass left, pass left. I'm not gonna lie, that's quite tickled me a little bit there.
We've got Sears here as well.
As well, Alex, the problem.
Montaldo right behind him now as well. That battle's heating up. Lap 12 of 35, and this race is ticking on by quickly. I think we've just had Lee Thompson retire as well, so.
Montaldo nearly lost it going down the S's there.
I'm feeling for Lee. I know all about how it feels. So, first race of the iRacing Grand Prix series, didn't make it to turn 1 without contact again. 2 races in a row.
He's just having an absolutely awful season, is Thompson. I know he's a good driver and he's going to respond from it at some point with a good result, but he just cannot buy any points. How many points has he got so far, Alex?
I'm not entirely sure. We'll have a look at.
The race yet?
I don't think he has. I really don't. So
that's appalling luck, but credit to him for, you know, he keeps coming back every week. He doesn't give up. The main thing. Keep trying, and eventually
he's good enough as well to, you know, he's good enough to get points.
Well, that's it. He qualified 10th today. He was only, you know, 3 or 4 tenths away from the top 5, so. Definitely come to him at some point. Sears still defending from Montaldo. Sears said in qualifying he was extremely happy with his position, and he called it a fluke. Well, I can tell you what isn't a fluke. That's the fact that he's in 6th place, very comfortable 6th place as well. He's definitely got the pace of these front runners. As Montaldo then is sizing him up though for a pass. And look round the outside. Not going to get round there. Sears placing the car beautifully, Alex. That's how to defend properly.
Yeah. Is that Wojciech behind them as well, catching back up after his earlier incident?
It is. Interestingly as well, battle for 3rd place now is side by side between Matijevic and Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to go around the outside of the chicane. Oh, there's not much room there, boys. It's great driving there, giving each other enough space. When they were side by side, Rodriguez up the inside in the final corner. That's very, very fast, very, very dangerous. And down towards the first corner, they're going to be side by side through that one nearly as well, as Rodriguez just can't get the move done. It's a good attempt though, and he almost wrestled the final podium position away from Nenad Matijevic.
We've got Montaldo in the pits. Let's just have a quick look, and we'll see what sort of. Yeah, I would think it would be at this point.
Maybe just wanted to get an early stop. He was in a bit of clean air, so.
Just sticking with it. I just want to get an idea of what we're going to get. Pit stop time 7.9 seconds. No tyres there by the looks of it.
He's going to come out in a good position actually. He's got a bit of clear track around him, so perfect, really. The Italian.
Yeah, I'm just hearing as well. Let's see if we can't get this replay spooled up. But I think Alex had a trip off the track and found himself in the tyre wall. So see if I can find that for you guys.
Not the first time he's been off the track today. Well, it's turn 1, and let's see. Oh, he might. Oh, he just lost it on turning. I don't know if he got a wheel on the grass, but that's a hefty impact into the tyre wall.
Wojciech still having a look at the rear end of. Well, no, that's Sears now, isn't it? So I'm not sure what's happened there. We'll have to have a look at that back as well.
Perhaps it's got ahead of Cunniff. Oh, sorry, he's still ahead of Cunniff. Sears is just
Cunniff? No, that's it. That's why it's confusing me, because it's Cunniff catching up to the back of these guys now.
Which it really does show, though, Alex, of the Coloni team. Very quick car here this weekend, and you know, it's great to see. I know they practice hard together and they work really well together as a team, and it's really showing in their pace at the moment. And you've got to think that Cunniff, well, where would he be without the spin? Oh, he's in the wall. Oh dear.
He done half haven't, done he?
Oh dear.
If that was not commentator's curse, I don't know what was.
Oh dear. Well, I can say that firmly he's not on the track anymore.
We've got Rodriguez here past Nenad at the chicane.
I think he's continued though, Cunniff, so maybe he's just lost his front wing. He can come in and make a pit stop, and I suppose he can, you know, get the required fuel at this point. Be frantically...
Oh, off! We've got Rodriguez sideways into the wall, backwards, damaged rear wing.
That'll be his challenge for points over. He went too tight, Alex. In the first corner, he rode over the grass on the inside of the curb. He tried to cheat the corner too much there, and oh dear.
Oh,
Rodriguez.
We're just seeing in the chat now that his wheels just turned off as well. So.
Oh. Just rotten luck for him. By the way, Tony Reposado leads by 11.6 seconds. He only had 16 laps. This is an even race. The car, you know.
Yeah, well, we did say that, you know, that half a second lead that lap time difference they had in qualifying was just going to come through, and true enough, it has. He got himself in the lead off the start, and he's just pulled away. I mean, it might have been a little bit different, perhaps, if Nenad had got off the line a little bit better, but I don't think it would have taken long.
No, and he passed when you're that quick. I mean, we said that briefly at the start of the race that the field's been a lot closer to Tony during the races this season, but in this case it's turned out to be the complete opposite.
Yeah, he's dominating today. It's the only way to really say it.
Yeah.
So
he puts the lap on Darren Kirk, who probably not going to finish 6th today, but you never know.
No, currently down in I think that's 18th, is it? Yeah.
Although actually no, it's going to be 17th.
17th, yeah, 17th. So still a long way to go though as well. So you know, he might find himself picking up a few more positions.
Yeah, Rodriguez is towing, so he should get out there fairly soon.
Cameron Barker, someone who we haven't featured much in this race. Let's just have a quick look. He's up into 9th spot. Obviously had a pretty interesting race last week out, so yeah. He started from the back row, worked his way up all the way to, was it 7th place? I think it was. And then had that battle with
instigated the pile up on the final lap.
So
as well, but yeah, he's doing a very good job again today. Aaron Mullen up to 8th. I think that is to do with I think there's an element that maybe he's not pitted yet, so.
Well, not a lot of drivers have actually, so just looking at who has pitted.
Montaldo has.
Yeah, I'm only really seeing Montaldo and Cunniff.
It looks like that's it at the moment. I mean, we are expecting... there's guys in now, I think. The Littlemore... it's just Littlemore in on his own, actually. I thought there was multiple cars there, but obviously not. But now, you see, this is the difficulty. When you pit early, we saw this last week with Rodriguez. It really didn't work out well for him. And actually now Montaldo, who is pressuring Dean Prescott, Montaldo's going to have to fight his way through the traffic. Now, he's going to have trouble getting past Dean there. This section. Quite one line in places, this track, isn't it?
Very much so. Really, your only opportunity is either a mistake from the driver in front or into that chicane.
But you see again just how much confidence Montaldo has in the car, you know, that he's taking the tight line. He can really trying to set Dean up here, and his best bet is probably down this long straight. Got a good run out of that tight corner, a tight right-hander, and now up the hill he's going to have a good slipstream, and that slipstream's going to hopefully for him carry him into a pass at the bottom of the hill.
And we've got Rabstein really close to the back of Sears here as well, into the blind right-hand corner.
Keep an eye
Sears
on
having
this
to
one.
defend in, and it looks like Montaldo around the outside of Prescott.
On the outside, Prescott's trying to come back at him. He might have a chance, actually, following him through the final turn.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a bit of slipstream here as well, so he might have a little chance into turn one.
He might as well if he's there, to be honest. He's going for it, Dean. Just not enough grip and confidence there.
Yeah.
As well, and Montaldo's car will be slightly heavier than Dean's as well, with the extra fuel on board at this stage. Speaking of guys who've made up quite a few positions, Mantelini is also there in 7th place, qualified 13th on the grid. But yeah, that stop for Cunliffe isn't really working out, is it? The moment.
Well, I think he did it mainly because of hitting the wall, really.
Martinson goes wide. Cunliffe might be able to get through here.
Just as we receive a tweet from Ryan Littlemore, just letting us know that he's out of the race. So just give a little shout out to Ryan. We don't expect anything less from Ryan, really. What can you know, driver who doubles his I rating in a week to 400.
Oh mate,
bless him. Retired again, eh, Ryan? I don't know.
It's only his second race, I think, in this series, and he's really wanted to. You know, he even gave up the commentary position in order to do this. So, as long as he's having fun out there, that's the most important thing.
This is pits, 10.7 seconds.
Right, so the second Coloni is in then, and actually he's just going to come out just behind his teammate Cunliffe. So actually, it has worked out for Cunliffe.
Yeah, and Cunliffe just got past Martinson as well, so
that was important for him. Very important, because he could have been held up quite a bit longer by Martinson.
yeah,
Pino's
actually,
up to 13th, hasn't pitted yet.
actually pitting made quite a difference to Cunliffe there, so it was a good call in the end.
It was, because as well he got out in some clear air and he was able to push for quite a few laps. Both of these guys, however, are in danger of being lapped quite soon.
Yeah, and we've got Paul Nelson
might-
and Brabstein in the pits together, so we've got a race on the
Yeah, they were only 1.3 apart on the track as well. We can see going to come out first. You'd think it would be Nelson. You never know how much fuel these guys are taking. Nelson away, Rabstein away. Yeah, about 1 second, 1.5 seconds.
yeah, Rabstein's slightly quicker pit stop there as well, so you know.
Oh, look round the outside. It's Montaldo, I think. It is. So he's managed to get Rabstein. Unfortunately, not able to get Nelson. Well, that's a pretty good recovery for Montaldo. I think he, after the mistake he had earlier on, Mantelini's had some trouble there.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Mantelini. He's sitting in 10th place at the moment.
Not seen much of him at all this season, in fact.
Well, he only, you know, this is only his third race as Fabio, so you know, Arden international driver, so he's getting himself in there. I don't think he scored any points yet. He's had a couple of offs. Oh, and a bit of a drift through there as well, managed to control it. So he's done a pit stop, so he's in a good position at the moment. You've got Dean Prescott in 8th in front of him. who needs to pit. So he's potentially got a net 9th place here, so he just needs to keep it clean.
Yeah.
It's what Paul Nelson wants as well, because you know, he's got himself a teammate now, so they can start their little charge up the constructors table.
Indeed. Oh, he's going to contend with Rabstin though, who's right up his feet now, and he's trying to get up the inside into turn 1. Is he going to be brave, Rabstin? Yes. He is, but has he gone a bit wide?
Yeah, Nelson having a look, but I don't think anything's going to go there. Too tricky. One line through there.
Yep.
Blind corner. Does go a little bit wide, takes a whole load of curb.
That's the thing, you can take multiple lines in the final sector, but this part of the lap you really are just to be following the racing line all the way, and there isn't really any other alternative. It's a tricky track though, this. Big challenge for these guys.
Fastest man on the track, not by as much as I thought. Tony Repressard, 16.4. Peter Velkoff, 16.6, and then Rodriguez, 16.9. Those 3 drivers really are ahead of the rest today.
Velkoff took 4/10 out of Tony on the previous lap with a 17.2.
Yeah, let's just have a quick look, see who it was. Rodriguez, 16.9, fastest person on the track last time by Velkoff. Actually, just
Rodriguez is pitted
as it resets.
So after that, the 2 Colonis after pitting, 7th and 8th still, so in a similar position, but weren't they sandwiching Rabstin before they pitted? So he's just managed to get a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were side by side. So, sorry, like you say, one either side.
And let's have a look. Liam Williams in 12th. He'd be reasonably happy with that from his 16th place on the grid. John Allett's been a lap down now. Yeah,
actually showing him in 10th now, so with pits he must have picked up a few places.
Yeah, I think Prescott has pitted, and Mike Mantelini may have pitted as well. Unless they might have been off the racetrack at some point, I wonder. Prescott or Mantelini.
I think Prescott needed to pit, he hadn't pit yet.
Right. Mantelini had pitted. So I'm not
yeah,
sure why he's dropped down to
has.
17.
And he's gone in twice. He's gone in a second time. So yeah, something.
Maybe got a penalty or something. Then.
Something must have happened there.
He might have got a speeding in the pit lane penalty or something like that. He was
certainly put chances. You know, put paid to him his chances today for picking up some points.
And he had a bit of an exclamation on the chat, so I kept going back to try to see if he'd made a mistake anywhere. The only mistake I could see might have been either maybe an unsafe pit exit or something.
Yeah, we've got a right little battle forming here as well. Cameron Barker, Liam Williams again, 10th and 11th. We know what happened the last time these guys come together. Right in front of them is Aaron Mullen as well. So we've got Caterham Dams and Ocean Racing. Williams having a look up the inside of turn 1.
Mullen's going around the outside and he keeps his position. Good driving from Aaron, he saw that one coming. Adjusted his line accordingly.
Yeah, what we have got as well, we've got just Ryan Littlemore just in the interview channel. I'm going to get him up just for a very, very quick interview just while this battle's going on.
Is it wrong that we think that this could end in tears?
I think it might do. Hi Ryan,
well,
how you doing? Tell us a little bit about your race very quickly just while we're watching this battle.
Basically, I'm not going to lie, I did poor, I'm not going to lie. Miles off the pace and...
All that extra I rating didn't help then this week, no?
No, I mean, I've been doing pretty well in the Star Mazda run at Okayama this week, getting like top 5 finishes, but this track's not really a big fan for me, in my opinion. It's just the first sector and probably the last corner as well. But it happens really. Not really had time, and got to be focusing for next week now.
I like the way you just glide over me taking the mick out of you as well. You know me too well.
I know you too well, Alex.
Well, we've got an interesting little race here. Shame to see you out, my friend, but we will see you next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be still watching the race, and I'm going to be cheering Peter, and he's going to hopefully get past Tony Repressard very soon.
Well, it's going to need to take a lot, like another pit stop probably for represent for that to happen, but
I
we'll see.
think Tony's going to have to leave the tarmac at some point. I think if Peter's to get him, but you know, Peter's doing well. He's in second place, nice solid position. Who knows? Anything can happen in the late going.
Right, cheers, Ryan. We'll catch you later, mate.
Alright, take care, guys.
Thanks, Ryan. Cheers, mate.
Ryan Littlemore there, one of the ARLTV commentators, as we're still watching this battle between Mullen, Williams and Barker.
Oh, so they're still on the track then, which is good. Oh dear, we only take the piss out of them because because they're our buddies, and we hang around on the team speak quite a lot as Williams is going for the insides. Is he going to make it stick? Oh, he has. But now Mullen's gone a bit wide there. That might allow Barker to go around the outside. There's no room there. Cameron's going to look to set him up down this straight, Alex. Good pass by Williams, though. Good solid driver is Liam in pretty much every car that he turns his hand to.
Yeah, absolutely. He drives the FW31 pretty well.
Yeah, and he had a good successful time in the IndyCar as well.
Just quickly looking at a little mistake from Ravstein going off, and Nelson being able to get past.
And Ravstein's going for the inside.
I'm going to rejoin this battle back live, just as you say that.
I think he scared Nelson out of that a little bit there. I don't think Paul was going to defend that. Now, Ravstein's going to try and go around the outside. He's not going to make that stick, but he can get the slipstream down the main straight. Not very long main straight here. Unless you're alongside, or you're not going to get through in that turn one. But look at that, the colony of Sears. It's right there. And he's driven very well as Charles today.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Charles get a decent finish here.
And if he passes these two, he will be in the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like we've got another accident between Fabio and Alert, and I think both drivers find themselves fast towing.
Let's have a look at that one. Oh, I don't really. Let's have a look. Right, Mantelini went very wide. I think he was starting to spin.
And we've got what's actually happened as well is
nowhere to go.
Rabstein's made a little mistake, I think, and we've got, is this a 3? Wow, yeah, this is quite a big battle forming up here, and
Rabstein's still behind Nelson, still where he was before, I think.
And we've obviously got this 3-car battle as well, and they've got Nenad and
side by side again, Alex on into turn 1. Oh, it's getting very close. Oh, there's contact. Rabstein was pushing Nelson round the corner. He's hotting up for the 5th position. Sorry, Alex, you were saying?
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to focus on one battle at a time here. It's not always easy. 2 cameras.
Still Mullen, Williams, Mullen, Barker. Now been joined by Davidovich and Rodriguez, who's now got ahead of Miroslav. So Rodriguez up into 12th. Might be able to salvage a point, Alex, after having to fast tow earlier on. Oh, he's gone off the track as I say that. Oh dear, everybody's getting cursed today. Rodriguez leaving the circuit, having to go the escape. Oh, gobbing off there.
Cameron Barker as well, he's gone in the background.
Oh, he's going to have a job getting that back to the pits.
Again, what, 7 laps to go, what was looking so good.
I was in the point in 10th. Not going to score anything today. As now,
we've got Rabstein apparently gone wide as well.
Rodriguez is trying to get the 12th place back from Miroslav here. And Miroslav is attacking Aaron Mullen very shortly as well, you would think.
Yeah, there was me thinking that was Nenad, but it's not. These guys are all...
Oh, the inside.
Oh,
Rodriguez, he scared him off the road.
he did literally. Saw him coming and he was like, I must brake late.
Oh dear.
Oh, and he's actually he's jumping in the pits as well. So I wonder if
he's got any damage.
well, he don't look like he has. I wonder if perhaps he just miscalculated fuel or something there, because he's been in already. 12.6 seconds stop the first time around. Let's just stick with him just for a second. Let's just see if it's just a little splash and dash or something that he has there.
Also got the battle between Nelson, Rabstin and Sears raging on. Looks like that's a full length pit stop for Davidovic.
Yeah, 6.7. I mean, it was quite quick, so yeah, definitely a mistake I think there with the fuel.
Well, it's his first race of the season, so maybe he miscalculated. They are on reduced fuel mileage, aren't they, in this series?
Yeah, they are. We only run
right?
20% fuel, so it does catch quite a few drivers out thinking that they can make it all the way to the end, but they can't.
So, Williams, Mullen, Rodriguez. Rodriguez has actually got past Mullen. So he's up into 10th, and he's going to look for 2 points now. If he can get past Williams, that's about as far as he's going to go. I think he's 20 odd seconds behind Cunniff, so this is going to be the best Rodriguez can do. Aaron Mullen will be also looking for that final point. Rodriguez is, like I said, he's looking for 2 points here. I think he just needs to pick his spots, Joe. He's quick enough, quicker than the leader on the lap, so as long as he doesn't make a mistake, he should be okay.
Charles is still sort of in touch with Rabstein.
Look at Rodriguez. He's trying to go through, but Williams is tough to pass. Good move by Zhao.
Yeah, Williams might well be able to get the jump back on him down this straight, but I think he had a little bit of a scruffy exit there over the curb.
I think that's the leader, is it? But it is the leader behind Aaron Mullen, so well, goodness me, it's not over yet based on that.
Mullen, we know what kind of a track record Mullen's got, so
he needs to avoid the leader at all costs here.
Let's hope that he's been watching.
There he goes. There he goes.
To be fair, it's never Aaron's fault. He always tries to get out of the way. Just people read it wrong.
This is true. But Prescott safely negotiates the traffic, or at least some of it. He's got
4 laps to go at this point as well. Where has this race gone? It's been action-packed, to be fair. People either going off or great battles. So it's what we like to see from the GP260 Championship.
Yeah, that's what ARLTV is all about.
Williams lets Prescott go as well.
So Nelson has pulled a bit of a gap on Rabstin of like about 2 seconds now.
Yeah, it's all about Sears really, whether or not he's going to get himself past Rabstin. Wojciech has made a few mistakes today as well, so I think if he can keep piling the pressure on, there's a chance that he could slip up.
Yeah, we've seen some scruffy driving from Rabstin this season, and we know he's got good speed. We know he can score podium finishes on merit. As Sears gets very sideways through that corner. Fantastic. Through turn 1. But yeah, we know he's got good potential, Rabstin. He just needs to channel it and turn it into good results.
Just having a look from the back end here of Wojciech.
Now Liam Williams and Aaron Mullen, Alex, fighting over the final points paid position. 10th and 11th. Oh, Williams sideways. Who do you think's going to take this one, Alex? We know these two very well.
Yeah, let's just see if we can catch some of this action. Dynamic camera. I need to get the blimp into the view so we can see this battle.
Who's the favourite, Alex, in this battle, this contest?
Well, I would think Williams would be, yeah.
But
I've just been told from the pit lane report as well that Sears. Oh, I think that might be Wojciech out. Sears perhaps with damage. Is that? I'm not sure.
Now the collision. Have a look there.
Sears just needs to keep himself out there and have a look. We'll see if we can't get a little replay of that back.
Oh, Rabstin went very wide and then he lost the car. Trying to boot the throttle, I think, to stay in front of Sears. Sears had absolutely nowhere to go. Could be... Oh dear, I'm not sure Sears is going to be able to get to the end of the car like this. He can't turn right. Oh dear, he's in so much trouble. Probably going to lose that position to Cunniff as well. So Cunniff, after a spin, might be able to get up into 6th place. Rodriguez is up to 8th, so that's great for Venezuela GP.
Yeah, we're just having a quick look at the replay back now, side by side. They were, yeah, oh yeah, just made that mistake there, didn't he? Rabstein tried to hold on to it, defended just way late. He really needed to have conceded that position, I think. There, you know, I don't know. It's a tough one to say. I think coming out of that corner, if you can stay close, you've got the chance to get him back up the inside into turn 1, but he just didn't want to concede the position there at all. I just hope Charles can get it home. He's struggling.
He is. He's still... Oh, he's behind Cunniff now. The Cunniff is actually up to 5th place. I think Montaldo had a crash, did he, as well?
Yeah, Montaldo's some 6 odd seconds behind, so... might be possible. We've only got 2 laps to go.
So Montaldo, has he been off the track as well? Oh, he's been in the pits.
Yeah, Montaldo's had a couple of stops. The last one was a 5.5, so just a really, really short one.
Have a look. I'll just go back and see what... He's miscalculated the fuel as well, but you wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, apparently we're on to the last lap as well. Mr. Reposard crossed the line, so let's just quickly jump on board with him, watch him for this last lap. As he's not had much coverage at all today, being that he's just absolutely dominated.
Who's that behind him?
It's Rodriguez, so you got the 2 fastest guys on the track right next to each other. Just
Yeah,
happen to be a world apart, as with a lap.
I wonder if Tony's going to let Rodriguez through actually and just allow him to finish the final lap.
No, no chance. I don't think he will.
Rodriguez is going to try to get through, I think.
He's going to have a little. He's going to have a go.
And I think Tony's just going to have to. Surely he's not going to challenge him, is he?
He won't be. Oh
Reposard,
no, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to throw that away.
I thought for a minute he was going to go, no chance, son. You ain't having that.
I think he's got a big enough lead that even if he did crash at the chicane, I think he'd be able to make it in time. As Rodriguez will get another lap, but Tony Reposard again drives an absolutely perfect race.
Fantastic result from him there. You know, pure domination today. You know, he can weave around his celebration there because he just smashed it.
Brilliant from the Frenchman yet again, and it sounds like a broken record to keep talking about how great Tony is in this car, but he's showing it week in, week out. Great second place for Velkov, he'll be very happy with that. Matijevic will be happy to finish on the podium as well. And it looks then like, oh, Sears and Montaldo, Alex, on the final lap. Sears with a damaged car. Montaldo can smell blood here.
Come on, Sears.
Sears isn't going to
hold on to
I don't think he can do it, can he? Unless Montaldo goes in very deep.
He's got it.
Oh, he did a little bit.
That's a shame from Sears. He drove fantastically. I would love to have seen him get a top 5 today, but he'll still be delighted with 7th place, I can tell you that.
He, I must admit, he drove very well there, Sears, with the damaged car. It looks like Rabstin is saying that he thinks that Sears pushed him round on purpose in that collision. So I think that, but I think there was honestly nowhere for Sears to have gone.
No, we didn't see any of that, to be honest. He'd already lost it, in my opinion, had Rabstein there, so that back end was already floating round, and Sears.
But I don't think Sears could have avoided him. I think that was the thing, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. He was already losing it in front of him, so Sears just could do nothing there. As we see a little bit of post-race fun from Mr. Kirk and Conrad Venter.
Mr. Sears is having a conflab with Wojciech on the. Let's have a look at this on the. Should we go on board with Sears then, and see what happened into this on lap 29, I believe it is. Because it did look to me like Rabstin just lost the car. He straight lost the car. He went wide. He tried to get on the power too early in order to maintain his position. He spun round, braked, and Sears. Let's have a look.
Let's just have a. We'll watch this lap back. I'm just picture as some of the guys bring themselves back into pit lane.
It wasn't that lap. It was the lap after. Have a look then.
Right, in that case, let me just...
Lap 30. Not the chicane. Right. So, Rabstin... Sorry, it can't be even that one then. Not having good luck with this, actually.
That's alright, we're only, live while you're telling me which lap to go on.
Right, mate. 32? Yeah, 32. Right. What I think happened here is Rabstin was on the inside, bended it, went in very deep on the brakes. Sears tried to cut back. Rabstin lost the rear of the car and then spun in front of Sears. Sears could not have gone any. He had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, we're just watching it now actually on the replay. He had a hell of a run down this back straight as well, so side by side.
Absolutely nothing he could have done, I don't think, there at all.
Yeah, there was certainly no contact. That was all on Rabstin's for losing it.
And to be honest, Rabstin might have saved the car, but Sears
there was nothing going there.
He was already committed to the undercut, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing will be going there. I don't think if anything gets protested there, that will get thrown straight back out. But I'm not the admin, so I wouldn't know.
No, it's probably a good thing, really. As well, I really enjoyed that race, though. It was a good competitive effort from everybody concerned.
Just wondered if you can quickly take us through the final standings, as we haven't actually run through them.
No problem at all. Tony Ripsard then, with yet another victory. I don't even know how many that is now, Alex. Do you? 5 wins?
No, I think we're closer to 7. I think now.
7 wins. Oh, fantastic! From him anyway. He gets the win by 20 seconds over Peter Velkov. Nenad Matijevic and a strong showing from him. He's 3rd. Paul Nelson in 4th. Colin Cunniff 5th. Marco Montaldo in 6th, just ahead of Charles Sears. João Rodrigues in 8th. Liam Williams picks up 2 points for 9th. And Aaron Mullen does get his point in the end in 10th. Then Cameron Barker just missing out in 11th ahead of Dean Prescott. Davidovic 13th. Martinson in 14th. Conrad Venter 15th. Darren Kirk 16th. And they were all 1 lap down. Mantelini in 17th. Rabstin didn't finish. Neither did Allet, Pino, Itamore, Thompson, and Preto. And who is your driver of the day?
Just a bit of a cliche, but I don't think you can give it to anybody but Tony. I mean, I was just thinking of Charles there, actually. Do you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to give it to Charles because I think he drove a blinder, actually. Beyond, what happened there, he would have had a 5th place. I definitely think he deserves that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Nelson drove well for 4th. I think Cunniff battled back for 5th. Montaldo recovered from a spin. Rodriguez went off the road a couple of times. There's some good fight backs in there. Liam Williams 9th from 16th on the grid. That's pretty good. A lot of good performances going on there, but I think Reposard, his achievement was just... He's just peerless, isn't he, at the moment? I mean, who can stop him? It's a cliched phrase to use in the media, but who can stop Tony Reposard? I'm not sure any of these guys can.
I don't think they can at this point in the season. I mean, it's going to have to be a few DNFs, I think, now for the guys to get back into contention. So we're just got a few guys popped into the interview channel, so we'll get them in a short second. Just going to go to a quick commercial break, but we'll be back with some interviews.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Alright, welcome back. Thank you there for the sponsor, GT Omega. We've got a couple of guys waiting to be interviewed. Who do you want to bring up first?
I think we should talk to Mr. Sears about the crash he had there with Wojciech.
Yep, drag him up. Let's have a little chat.
Will do.
Fifth, right behind you. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Charles, hello, mate. Good race from you today. There. Okay, tell us about the contact with Wojciech. He wasn't happy at all about that, was he?
He was not, and I'm also very unhappy about that. So, I had seen a few laps before. I believe it was lap 32 or 22. Sorry. He and Paul Nelson were getting into the chicane, and Wojciech always tried to pass on the inside, and he always dove real deep. He'd brake too hard and just get loose, and twice I had seen that happen. I knew that if he tried to pass me on the inside, I just let him have it, and either he'd get by or he'd go off into the grass.
Yep.
So I let him have it. I slowed a little early. I kind of got off the gas and hit my normal braking point, and sure enough, his back end got a little loose, and then he just started sliding around a bit, didn't really have control of the car, and I was already full on, like, taking the corner. About right at the end of the first turn in the chicane, I kind of got off it, thought we might make contact, and it seemed like he had recovered, so I got back into it, expecting to pass on the inside since he was so far off to the left, and then he didn't seem to have it. I don't know if he got back on the gas or what happened, but he slid back in front of me, and I had no room on the inside, and my front left touched his rear right, and I just booted him.
I'll be perfectly honest. We watched that back, and that was all. It was all his own making, really. To be honest,
I mean, this isn't the first time I've had an issue with Wojciech. It's not the first time I've heard of an issue with Wojciech. I know he's an aggressive driver, and up until like the last 5 laps, he was pretty close to me. And if he was going to get close enough to make a pass, I was just going to let him have it. I assumed he'd either go off the track or he'd be fighting with someone else, and they'd both fall back, which happened. I mean, he got up near Paul. Coming out of the pits, I was 3 seconds behind him. I don't know what I did wrong, but I lost a ton of time there, but I caught back up to them a few laps later just because of their battles. So, I mean, he's just an aggressive racer, and it's not that it's a bad thing. You just have to know that going into a corner with him. So I tried to let him have it, and I'm kind of upset that he blamed me for it. I don't think I was in the blame at all. I was trying to avoid it. I can't remember which lap it was, but I had to slow almost to a stop coming out of the chicane to avoid him coming across the track from a similar incident where he just went too deep on the inside. And I mean, he had not picked that up.
Yeah, I don't think you got anything to worry about there, so I was just terribly gutted for you, actually, because you know, I could see your potential top 5 finish for you there. But regardless, actually, it didn't change my decision to give you driver of the day. So, you know, you performed really well today, mate. So I think you should.
Well, thank you.
I think you should be happy with it, really. So, you know, you performed fantastically, and you know, you must be looking good and happy for the rest of the season. You know, clearly you're starting to improve, catch these guys up in front of you as well.
Yeah, despite the incident, and I mean, despite everything that happened, I mean, I made a few mistakes myself, and then the incident lost me 2 positions, one to Colin and one to Marco Montaldo. I mean, it was a fantastic race. I couldn't believe how consistent I was able to keep it with only a few mistakes. And I mean, I've had some issues at Road Atlanta before, and I was able to just keep it going the whole race. I mean, it was a blast. I was extremely excited, and to qualify ahead of Colin, I mean, I'm gonna have to rub that in his nose quite a bit.
You mentioned actually in qualifying that you're very, very happy with that, but it turned out in the race you were even quicker. So, I mean, Colin had a spin and recovered to fifth, which, well, to be fair, that's where you would have been without the crash at the end. Do you think that going forward you can get on the podium and make some real progress? Because as a team, you're doing very well. You're picking up good points.
I think the podium is still a ways off for me. I mean, Colin's had some opportunities to be there, and I feel that he's a lot faster than me. He's had some consistency issues, I think, with the race. I mean, he had 3 spins here, actually, twice in turn 5 and then once in turn 7. He just, I mean, I don't know what it is. He's a fantastic racer. I've never seen him have incidents this much in like the iRacing official series, but here it just it gets to him. But I think as a team, like, I think we're gonna do a lot better. I've set my bar higher than, oh, I'd like to finish in the points. You know, picking up 1 point for 10th would be great. I mean, I'm gonna aim for the top 5 now. I feel like I've really improved myself as a driver over the past, you know, since I started here. I mean, I finished Road Atlanta last, like a second behind everyone in qualifying, or Road America, sorry.
Yeah, it's great to see. It's great to see the improvement, mate, and we look forward to keeping an eye on you for the rest of the season. Congratulations again today, and wish you all luck next week.
Well, thank you very much. See you guys next week.
Cheers, Charles.
Cheers.
Just thinking probably we'll grab Paul Nelson up. He's not always around, so see if we can't drag him up.
Alright, let's do it.
Hi, Paul. Welcome to the comms box.
Hello, guys.
Tell us a little bit about your race. How'd it go today?
Well, action-packed race. I can't wait to watch the replay there and see what happened. But there's certainly a lot of action all the way through the race, and I seem to be always engaged in a battle up until the last probably 3 or 4 laps. We had a great run, and early on, I can't. I'll be quick because I see you got a bit of a list below, but it was a fantastic result for the Arden team. It's our first, our best result of the season, a 4th. One just a step away from that podium, which we're chasing all season, but it was great anyhow to come from 11th, I think it was. So we kept it on the road. I was never happy with the setup. I was fighting a lot of little mistakes, especially in the hairpin, getting a run onto the back straight. I was suffering. But we had some close racing. Nearly had a bit too close racing at a couple of times with a couple of guys. A few moves that I wasn't really happy with, late braking and blocking and whatnot. But in the end, you know, we did what we had to do, blocked a bit ourselves to hold on to that position. So I'm rapt to bring it home in 4th.
Yeah, and you getting it to the end in these races is often the battle, as we see sort of week in, week out. And you know, 4th place, it's a good step forward. And you know, you've been there or thereabouts all season. You're doing well in the championship. Do you think that there's still any more time that you can gain? Do you think you can move up the grid towards the top 3?
Yeah, we didn't do enough work here for this week for this track. We was definitely fighting with the setup. A couple of other circuits we've had a setup I think was good enough to run right at the front, but you know, it's all a matter of putting everything together on the day and getting a good qualifying result, as we've seen. But look, it's a long race, and you know, sometimes I don't know, some guys seem to forget how it's a long race, and we've seen a lot of attrition. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully we'll find a bit more speed. So we're aiming for that podium. So we'll see how we go.
You were
But
saying
thanks for the broadcast. It was an excellent race.
Oh, no worries. Just quickly before you go, you were saying about the setup, so I just wanted to ask you what sort of a challenge it was to obviously set the car up for this particular series race, because obviously it's not like it coincides each week with the official series, so you've not only got the official series to worry about, you've got the GP260 championship. You know, how do you split your time amongst the two, setting the car up and things like that?
Well, you You're right. There was we're not running here this week, and it's the first time we've been here with a significant change to the car with the new build. So I just took my safe setup that I've run from previous seasons and tried to make as little changes as possible to it. I mean, it wasn't right. The car's certainly quicker in a straight line and a little less downforce. So we had to throw a bit more wing on it, and that changes other things. So and some more tyre pressure. But yeah, I was never really happy. Got a good result, but I'm sure going to some other circuits with this new car, it suits us pretty well. So I'm sure we can get a better run next time.
Well, congrats on the fourth place.
Thanks to GT Omega and Sim News Daily and the sponsors, and it was a fantastic event. Can't wait for next week.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. Thanks for that. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, Paul. Well done, mate.
Let's. I think we're going to bring up our last interview. Sorry for all the guys that sat there as well. There's a good sort of 8 guys that have been sat down in that channel. Trying to restrict it to 3, and but we do try and get different people each week as well. So just trying to think.
Spread the love on ARLTV.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think who else would be quite good. I'm pretty sure we got Aaron up, didn't we, a couple of weeks back? When did we get? Should we get Liam up? Oh, just as we see.
Just
mayhem on replay there.
Just see who we've got. Liam, Aaron, Charles, Colin, Marco. Marco had an eventful race.
Let's drag Marco up then.
Oh, let's do.
Good evening, Marco.
Hi, Alex.
How are you, fella? Do you enjoy that race?
I enjoy it very much, and I have some great battles, some great mistakes, and at the end, when I was pushing to catch Nenad, I hear the voice of the spotter that warned me that I cannot finish the race with the fuel.
Oh, dear.
I pit earlier in the race to try to avoid the low guys ahead of me, but I forgot to change the amount of the fuel.
Yeah, we did. Obviously, we were sort of tracking the fact that you come in early and how you were progressing through the pack, and we could see you had to make a few overtakes quite quickly as well, and it seemed to all pan out for you. But actually, what we didn't spot right at the end was you dropping a couple places off. But now we know it was fuel related. So yeah, a bit gutted for you there.
Yeah, it's really sad. I am annoyed with me. I am very angry. but it was a really nice race, and the battles were very, very nice. I enjoy it.
Yeah, we were just actually we're just watching on the screen now with some of your battles. I think that might have been Paul Nelson that you were just getting past there. Get a little confused with some of the cars when you're looking from the rear, but yeah, it definitely looked like it was a great fun race today. Everybody that we've sort of spoke to, and I've had a few tweets in as well saying that they really enjoyed the race. So Road Atlanta normally deliver a good Star Mazda race, or is this a bit of a turn up for the books?
Sorry, what was the question?
Sorry, English slang phrase. I really shouldn't do it while on commentary, but yeah, is Road Atlanta? Do we normally have a good race here in the GP260, or sorry, than Star Mazdas, or is it normally pretty dull?
I think it's a great track because it's very hard to keep the car in it, and but with the straight you can make many passes. It's a fun track. I hope it's the right answer because I really don't know if it's it.
So next week, how are you looking? How are you looking? That was the right answer. It was fine.
Okay.
How are you looking for next week?
I don't remember which track is.
Oh, I don't know. Call yourself.
Alex won't remember either.
Call yourself a racer. We're at Brands Hatch, by the way, Mr. Woodhouse. Ah, you see. 25 laps of Brands Hatch.
Okay.
How'd you like the circuit?
Brands, it's another hard track, but I think could be really interesting. And I hope to have some nice battles like here, because it was very fun.
Yeah, great. Congratulations again on picking up good points. A little bit gutted that you had to lift off and coast it at the end, but yeah, you're still there. Your teammate managed to pick up some points as well, I think. So
Yes.
8th place after he had his wheel trouble. So I think you guys need to start putting the hammer down for the rest of the season if you want to catch Trident, though. So I wish you all the best in some good top 5 finishes, the pair of you.
Thank you very much, and see you soon. Thanks for the broadcast.
Cheers, Marco.
Thank you, Marco.
Bye.
Cheers.
Marco Montaldo there from Venezuela GP. And I think on that note, and apologies to the other drivers that are in the channel, but we're going to wrap this up.
I think we need to get Marco up here more often. That was terrific.
Yeah.
Good value.
He always worries about his English, but he speaks fantastic English, so...
To be honest, I'm learning Italian at the moment, and to be honest, my Italian is terrible. So, I long for the day when I can speak my second language as well as that. So there you go.
Yeah. So, Brands Hatch next week then, Mr. Woodhouse.
It is, mate. That should be good. That should be good. I mean, which layout is that?
It's the full GP one.
Full GP layout. So, again, there's long straights there, and there's a chance in this Star Mazda to overtake. It's going to be difficult. We saw that with the V8 supercars, didn't we? That overtaking is tough around there, but I'm sure these guys will make it work, and maybe someone can stop Tony. Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So alright, buddy, it's been fantastic.
Well, actually, just before we go, because we have Tim's been working away frantically to get the table up to date. So we have just got that. So just before we close the stream off,
as he does fantastically well. He's got the hamsters in his computer to run a bit faster.
Yeah. So 223 points now, Mr. Repsar from Nenad on 139, 84 points the gap. That's shot up again today. Peter Velkoff in 3rd. I mean, I think it's almost a battle for best of the rest now, to be fair. 121 points, just a few points now behind Nenad as well. Marco dropped down. Well, he didn't. No, sorry, he stayed in 4th. Lopez losing touch. I'm not sure we're going to see Lopez for the rest of the season now as well, with DWC coming, and the fact that we've got a new FW31 build that's quite a bit different. So all the teams there working frantically to try and get up to speed with that. Rodriguez in 6th place, Nelson 7th, Cunnith 8th. Actually, the top 12 drivers are all maintaining their position. Who did move up though after a great little race even is Charles Sears. He moved up 3 spots today, so finds himself in 13th place. Jumped Aaron Mullen, Tom Jones, who is back next week, our token Australian moderator, so he's been tied up with this and that, but we'll see him tomorrow for the V8s. Mr. Kirk obviously didn't pick up any points, and
Liam must have got a couple of points there, and it must have moved up.
He didn't move up any actually. He was already where he was, so yeah, he didn't move up. Let's just see if I can quickly refresh the constructors table.
I think Aaron's going to be very happy with that point that he got today. He's picked up some points in a few races now that he's not been unfortunately taken out by the leaders.
Yeah.
So the Constructors' Championship, I mean, Alert didn't finish today, so the damage for Venezuela isn't too bad. They got some reasonable points, but again, it's a Trident pulling away.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the only ones that are going to be able to sort of challenge them come the end of the season, but they're going to have to start picking up some top 5s on pretty much every race to make it happen now.
Yeah, I think Tony, he's really asserted himself on the championship, and I think that that's what I don't think anybody else has anything for him at the moment. I really don't, and it might just be the case that he is that damn good and nobody can beat him. But he has been beaten this season, but I can't see anybody doing it regularly. It's just too consistent.
Yeah, I agree. On that note, I think we'll bid farewell to everybody. I've been Alex Simpson.
And you still are.
Yeah, it's true.
I've been Andrew Woodhouse, and I still am as well. So it's been a terrific night's racing in the GP260 series. So from all of us here at ARLTV, arrivederci.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 to the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR